and curiouser.
Hello. I must admit, it feels like things do keep getting curiouser and curiouser. I also must admit that I tend to get sucked into rabbit holes, as my last 20-minute long video proved. So this time I'm going to try to keep things short and to the point. So welcome to Beer and Theology. Welcome to this special edition of Beer and Theology. My name is Scott Stivers, and if you enjoy talking about life, the universe, and everything while drinking a beer or two, then like this video and hit the subscribe button below and turn on notifications. Let's get right to our beer. Last time I made passing reference to the beer I'm drinking today. It's Black is Beautiful, and it's not just a beer, it's a movement. Now, as a parent and a black businessman, brewer Marcus Baskerville was concerned about what he saw going on this summer and wanted to do something about it. He only wanted to brew a beer at his own Weathered Souls brewery in San Antonio and donate the proceeds to support people protesting injustice, but one thing led to another, as things will, and suddenly he was posting his Imperial Stout recipe online for anyone to brew, under the label, Black is Beautiful. Unlike most episodes of Beer and Theology, I'm not going to talk about how this beer tastes, although this one tastes fine. I recommend this beer because of what it does. Proceeds from the sale of Black is Beautiful support the causes of ending police brutality and ending unjust incarceration. And you can learn more about the cause and the nearly 1,200 breweries worldwide that have joined the collaboration by going to the website, which is in the comments below. One reason I can't talk about how Black is Beautiful tastes is because each brewer is actually encouraged to put their own spin on the recipe. As the beer's label shows, there are different shades, but the overall effect is a mosaic that is a distinct individual thing of beauty. If 2020 has brought anything into crystal clear focus, it has been systemic racism. Between the death of George Floyd, the fact that communities of color are hit harder by the pandemic, the presence of a Confederate flag in the U.S. Capitol building, those are just a few signs that we need to come to grips with systemic racism. I was at Wartburg Theological Seminary, which is the home of Beer and Theology as I came to know it. During the fall semester of my second year, I just happened to take an Old Testament course on the Psalms and attend a required anti-racism workshop. And yes, you're reading that right, that was nearly a quarter century ago, and things haven't really changed much since. As part of my work in both classes that semester, I reimagined Psalm 137 in the context of race in America. Now, right off the bat, I want to acknowledge my position as a person of privilege. So I offer the following in good faith, merely as an ally. Now, if you don't know, Psalm 137 is so controversial that it was left out of the hymnal that was in use at Wartburg Seminary at the time I was there. The good old green Lutheran Book of Worship. So, yeah. Not many Lutherans like to do psalm recitations about baby smashing. Psalm 137 is only 9 verses long, but it expresses Israel's despair over being forced into exile in Babylon after the Babylonians had obliterated the city of Jerusalem. I kept reading 137 in my Psalm class, and then remembering things from the anti-racism workshop. I ended up writing a parallel version of the Psalm next to the original in my notebook. It went something like this.
We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors
of police brutality.
Shores of America, we lay down and cried. Forced to pick up chains, we left our music behind. But our masters called for singing, called for rhythm and dance, saying, "Come on, boy, entertain the man." Let the people sing. We will not forget, we will not forget. We will not forget, we will not forget. How could we sing a song of hope in a foreign land? Africa forgotten, wither my hand. Africa forgotten, silence my voice if I lose you as my greatest joy. Let the people sing. We will not forget, we will not forget. We will not forget, we will not forget. God forbid we should ever forget America's crime, or the way she sold our children just to make her some dime. I will be happy if I live to see the day when her lust for money makes her sell her own children away. We will not forget, we will not forget. 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 At this point, I'm just not going to preach on anymore. I wanted to make this a shorter video, so I'm going to make it a shorter video, and instead of preaching on and on, I hereby declare the discussion section open for dialogue. And honestly, please, I would love to chat about the Psalm 137's way of speaking to America. So, yeah. So let me get out of here. I'll get out of your way. May your hand always remember its skill. May your hand never wither as you help to support your neighbor. And may your tongue always remain free from the roof of your mouth as you encourage your brothers and sisters with your words. And may your tongue also be free from the roof of your mouth as you taste good beer. And may it be free from the roof of your mouth as you encourage your brothers and sisters to taste good beer, like Black is Beautiful. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Beer and Theology. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button below and subscribe to the channel with your notifications on. As for the buzzword, again, I'll take your comments in the suggestion box below. I'll take your suggestions in the comments section below. Ooh, Black is Beautiful is beautiful. Anyway, in the meantime, remember, beer is proof that God wants us to be happy.